And we're live.
Wow, that 30 seconds of silence gets longer every time we do it.
Good to be back. Yeah, sorry, no notification. I think I said the week before that we were going to skip last week, but I didn't post anything on the channel or anything. So sorry for anybody that was.
No, definitely said we were going to skip.
Yeah. But I usually post something in the little public notices thing, and I completely forgot. But we are here, and I thought, oh, well, it's gonna be so much news, so much interesting stuff is gonna not so much. Yeah,
not really.
Some bad stuff, but nothing.
So par for the course.
Yeah, right. Nothing that we were really missing out on. But yeah, so it's good to see everyone. Thanks for coming back. Yeah. Got everybody. So yeah. Let's see. Matt and that's right. My chat's delayed here. Clarion and Matt, it's nice to see you guys. Yeah, the numbers jumped up crazy high when we first went live, like up to double digits, and then beep, 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 beep. It's like, oh wow,
never mind.
Oh, what is this? Get out of here. 30 seconds. What's this about?
Probably. Let me tune in. I have an attention span for 30 seconds. Yep. No. Out.
Well, cool. So yeah. So you've been. I've seen some gorgeous. Board.
Obviously not
board.
on the board.
Yeah,
okay.
the board. Yeah, you did a nice board for Great Helm. That's right. I was trying to think of the name.
I'm honestly kind of regretting I didn't do an A4 size one.
Oh yeah.
Only because I was like, okay, 30 by 30. I've got my 30 centimeter square, like cork board kind of thing that I repurposed. I'll make it that. Then I'm like, okay, let me go buy a tub to kind of organize this and store it. And I went, I either got to buy a huge tub to angle the board in, or I'm like, damn, if I had made like an A4 size one, it would have fit exactly in. Yeah. So I'm thinking about making a new. I don't know. I don't know if I want to make a new board, but yeah, thanks. It's fun. And now I'm painting up. Should have been painting some hardware miniatures since we're going to try and play the 24th, and they're still like sitting there looking at me going. But then I've also been trying to paint up some bands of knights because I think I'm going to try and demo Great Helm at the June Osaka Game Day, which is the 7th.
Nice. Wow, nice. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, we can switch to Great Helm if you want to. If you want to try that tomorrow.
If you're not adverse to doing that, I would actually do that on the 24th.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to do a quick paint job, but yeah, I already got printed they're all the like old world Warhammer.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That'll also give me time to like paint up the troops and proxy robots for my African Federation hardware.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I think I need to print another. I was just going to proxy something from another faction, so I have like a blue, big blue flyer.
Jumping all over the place. I realized Hard War. In the book, they said don't think of these as factions.
Right. Yeah.
They're what you have is like kind of like sponsors, or you have your team, and you can kind of pull from anywhere, everywhere. And when I was looking at
a good point,
the rules, like okay, you do have not sponsors, but you have contracts. And one of the things you can do is like you can be like a subsidiary, which means okay, X amount or X% of the points in your force have to come from this manufacturer. But if you don't choose that option, then you can literally pick from anywhere and do anything you want. Because it's not like, you're not a faction. You just happen to have purchased that make of
yes
war machine.
You get a benefit for brand loyalty, but
you do.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. But so let me know because I can do either way because I'll have time to get stuff.
Cool. Let's do Great Helm then, because we can practice it, and all you got to do is grab 6 knights or knight adjacent things, and I'll bring the board over and we'll smash each other around.
All right. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be easy to film too.
Yeah.
Much smaller.
Yeah, 30 by 30.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. So look forward to some Great Helm this Sunday, and I got our old mic stands on there. I think we can get our mics, so we're not having to use these floor stands. We can have those.
I do tend to stand up while we're playing, but
right, and so you can do like any height. Yeah, so if you sit down, you can bring it down, and so it should work better for because this is very fixed and it makes a lot of noise when you move it.
So. I am also reaching the age where I think I'm like, after a while, you're like, "Ooh, I'm beat. What did you do? Wake up." That's about all I did, and I'm already tired. Right?
Let's play some of them sitting down games.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why you see like the photos of some quasi historicals. Like you see like these massive tables, and it's just surrounded by old guys in suspenders just sitting down like, oh man.
That 2-hour setup is killing me.
Exactly. Like that's gonna I'm laughing, but that's gonna be me. Just like, all right, get one of them sticks. Yep, move them over there.
Right.
Anyway, all right, that's me.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's what it is. Bretonnians. Yeah, there's a guy that does really great recreations of the old school Warhammer fantasy stuff, and he did a whole series of Bretonnians, and that's what I printed up for. So they got crazy heraldry and stuff.
That's pretty cool. I like that because you want to identify your knights. I wonder if the appeal of the retro hammer or the old stuff is like it's just pure nostalgia is what I'm wondering, because sometimes I look at the sculpts and I'm like, really? So I have like, I'm sure like some people, preferences aside, some people are like, I don't like sort of the slick 3D sculpted model. I prefer the hand sculpted kind of, they've got character. Okay, cool, get that. Part of me also thinks it's just like movies and nostalgia. It's you're attaching the feeling of buying like your first miniature to this thing, and you're not actually going to get that feeling back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, I was reading something about someone who's introducing people to Mordheim. I think like younger audience, and I think they'd played some other war games, and they're like, this sucks. So definitely, things have really evolved, and Mordheim is rules of its time, and so younger players is probably not a good gateway. So nostalgia fuels that, people wanting to play that old rule set. I think it's not the best rule set ever written. It's functional and fun, and it has its like the jankiness is kind of part of the fun of it. But there's so much more that's been done with miniature skirmish level games.
So it's like a couple games of Hero Quest where you're like, what's wrong with us as kids? This was fun.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, there is a lot of that. So it is funny, like when they do just update a game and keep a rule set from 20, 30, or 40 years ago. It's like, okay, you sure you want to do that?
Ooh, now we're getting into stuff, because on the one hand, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And on the other hand, like, who is your audience for this game if not the people who played it 20 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So like, I guess you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. Like, okay, do we just print this updated kind of as is and have people go, what the fuck is this? Like new people, or do we update it and do something new and have sort of what might be our core audience go, oh, you're fucking changing, this doesn't work anymore.
This is new Coke. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's true. I was thinking more with board games, because board game rules are terrible. But yeah, for things like RPGs, and a good example of that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They just cleaned it up, it's a cleaned up presentation, and it's the old.
How do you clean up a dog turd? sorry, I never actually.
So it's still the the old Palladium style rules, and you're like, okay, yeah. So
you're polishing it and polishing it and polishing it, and you end up with nothing.
Right.
Sorry, Palladium fans.
Yeah, funny stuff. But it is interesting. It's an interesting because there is a lot of stuff that is always going to be, and I think movies and TV and stuff too fall victim to that. People want to watch stuff that is kind of dumbed down and
like the studios want that built-in audience.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that we're in trouble with, is they're just.
You mean this IP silly. Doesn't come attached with an existing fan base? Pass.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Yes, that's crazy. So let's get started for this week. Hey, Quark is in the chat. Good to see you. All right. Okay. Welcome to the weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on the weekly, HasBRO or HasBRO. More earnings call nonsense from the corporate heads of Wizards of the Coast and all that good stuff. Get ready for crossovers. Worlds Beyond Brawl is a MyMiniFactory project. Modiphius has their press start to play sale, so they're getting rid of a lot of their old books. Dungeon Scrawl has an interesting update, and of course, on the horizon, free RPG Day 2026.
Right, that's what, June sometime?
Yep. Okay, cool. Coming up in June. All right, so this is definitely. Yes, so we're talking about HasBRO, Wizards of the Coast, and their so not the best. So first of all, we get a notice that they have canceled one of their big, exciting Dungeons and Dragons games that I think we talked about like last year when they first announced it. So the studio studio director that worked on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and was going to do kind of a God of War kind of action-y Dungeons & Dragons game. Well, they just pulled the plug on that. So Giant Skull is out of luck. And they're just like, see you later, Stig. So Stig Asmussen was the head of that project. And a Hasbro spokesperson has said, well, we decided not to pursue an early concept from Giant Skull. We have great respect for Stig Asmussen and his team and value our ongoing relationship. So he's still saying, yeah, things are good at the studio. That's a quote. And they're looking forward to kind of a future, get the ball rolling with a future project. So who knows what that was. But yeah, so there's not going to be. But yeah, so Hasbro's got this weird thing that they even talked about in this this call with investors, their playing to win strategy. So they want to build a stronger presence in digital play because already, and this is the thing that you're going to hear this repeated a few times, world building and storytelling are in our DNA. And this collaboration reflects the evolution and our commitment to our playing to win strategy. I like most corporations play to lose, so it's good that Hasbro figured this out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem, right? Yeah, we're playing to win. But like, sorry, man. Can of worms here. Mm-hmm. Are tabletop RPGs play to win?
No, but I think they're just talking about their overall business strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a corporate speak. Yeah, this is corporate speak.
Because as you said, other businesses obviously play to lose. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's more pay to win, I think, as we'll see with what D&D Beyond is doing.
Yep.
But don't worry, there's still Invoke Studios Warlock coming out. I think later this year, the next year, and also we're getting Exodus, Matt's favorite game from the Mass Effect director, that is basically like Mass Effect generified with time dilation. Yeah.
Okay.
And James Olin has just stepped back. The only thing that he's even going to deal with now is the tabletop RPG. He's off the project and not working at the studio. So I don't have a lot of hope for that. And there was somebody that actually did a video of the next 10 big RPGs coming out. This thing is getting eclipsed. Exodus was in that list, but it was such a minor blip because we've got the new Fable. We've got tons of sci-fi and fantasy coming out, like big names and stuff that you're not even going to notice Exodus when it finally limps. So I don't know if this is a new franchise that Wizards of the Coast is unlocking here, but don't worry,
I'm not.
Chris Cox has announced there will be more crossover products coming, and he doesn't want to take away any headlines from the D&D team, but I think we can definitely expect more crossovers inside of D&D. So they've had a fantastic experience with Magic the Gathering. I don't know what the customers have, but they've had a fantastic experience with Magic the Gathering, crossing over to all sorts of nonsense. And D&D has done Spelljammer and Strahd, which I guess they're calling crossovers. But they have released things like Stranger Things, the box set, and the Rick and Morty box set. Both of those brands are going strong. I guess there is one more season of Rick and Morty, but I think Stranger Things is in the rearview mirror.
Well, not with that Netflix animated thing, Tales from '85.
Oh no. Yeah, they can do spin-offs. That's right.
So wait, okay. Yes. So I guess Magic is, D&D is kind of counting Ravenloft and Spelljammer as crossovers.
Well, because they had to license it. They've already. It was I guess they're talking about the spectrum of things that they've been able to do. So Spelljammer and Strahd are not standard, D&D setting. So talking about D&D is already big because we've got spaceships and vampires.
Gothic horror. We have vampires and spaceships.
Right. Yeah, so we're
That's
more than ready.
That RPG.
Yes.
Spaceships and vampires. All right. Working on that over the weekend, right? Anyway, but okay, so what were the other Magic crossovers? Because are they talking about whatever it was, Strixhaven?
Oh, I know. As far as they're just saying, our experience with Magic and throwing in Spider-Man and The Office and everything has been great success. So now we're going to do that to D&D. Yeah, that's basically
okay.
And then we've done it with Rick and Morty and Stranger Things, and so that universe is beyond for Magic the Gathering, where they just throw all kinds of crap in there. Right. And coming there our way, I guess, a huge licensing deal with Harry Potter. So we're gonna get Harry Potter everything out the what, and also the ultra popular Fourth Wing Romancy franchise they're licensing.
I've never heard of that.
Fourth Wing, yeah. I don't know.
Oh man, okay,
yeah. It's coming.
I'll save it for when it actually happens, but there is going to be a dust up if HasBRO and WotC do a crossover with Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, we've got an HBO show coming. We're getting Powder time.
No, we're not. Not over here. We're not.
All right. And there's a little union busting going on with Wizards of the Coast. Yeah. So on Blue Sky, the United Wizards of the Coast, CWA, on their official channel on Blue Sky posted, well, we have, since their last announcement, they have WotC has informed them that they have hired Fisher Phillips, a union avoidance firm, and chosen to engage in union avoidance campaign by sending emails to the Arena team, I guess the online online Magic team, that is spreading misinformation and sowing fear among the colleagues. So they're telling them, don't you do it, don't join. It's gonna be bad for you.
It's a union avoidance firm.
Yes. I think a law firm, like just specifically. So just they've corporatized union busting, and so that was getting all kinds of wonderful responses. So they use the Pinkertons, and I think their head of one of their executives is a former Pinkerton, so they know how they're going to do it. They know how they're going to play. So so they're going to break the union for Wizards, and a little more Exodus news. You think it couldn't look anything more like Mass Effect because it's from the Mass Effect creator, but actually Chris Cox says no, you don't understand Exodus. It's a new IP, but it's not unfamiliar ground for us. Exodus is effectively D&D in space. We're familiar with role-playing games and familiar with how to make good ones. It's a genre we understand. So he's trying to say this is space D&D, and what there isn't really a kind of a game attached to it, but I don't know what they're thinking with this release.
What's Spelljammer then?
I don't know what Spelljammer is. Spelljammer is a distraction. Yeah, so
Spelljammer sounds cool. Mm-hmm. Except for whatever those stupid giant space hamsters are.
Oh, space hamsters get no love.
No, none. Not for me.
All right. Well, if you thought stuff couldn't get, you couldn't see their greed anymore, there's a lot of information about the drops that they're doing for D&D Beyond, which are these weekly releases of content, drops. And so what they've done that's made everybody really happy is disabled content sharing for any of this content. So it used to be, you had one account, somebody had the DM had the account basically, and everybody with a free account could share whatever he had. No, not with the drops. Everybody's got to get on board. So Brian Perry, the executive producer for D&D Beyond, was talking about this. And so the drops are, first of all, there's like a compendium that they released that if you're subscribing, you get access to this collection. So what they're changing that they used to do in the past is kind of like Patreons and stuff where you're around for this month and you get this month's content, but next month you don't have access to this content. You might have to buy it on a shop. Okay. That's what some people are doing that. They're kind of gating it. That's what they did previously, and they're saying no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to just keep adding stuff to a compendium. So anytime you're subscribing, you have access to all this stuff up to this point. But if you're not a subscriber, it's gone. Right. It's like you don't have access to it. Okay. So kind of like more like a Netflix style. So D&D subscribers have access to this compendium, which is maps, images, rules, probably all kinds of goodies to use on their virtual tabletop called maps. So it used to be that you could share stuff, and they stated, so there's not a quote, but Perry did state that the reason was monetary in nature. So this is basically like Netflix checking your IP address so that you can't share, with your ex-girlfriend's stepdad, your Netflix account. But yes, so okay.
I'm wondering at what point is every single feat, class feature, spell, artifact, item, whatever, going to be its own little thing you have to pay for? It's like, okay, I'm going to play a fighter. Okay, so you have to purchase this, the subscription for those things, like.
Yeah, because they kind of did that with like feat cards or spell cards or stuff. It's like, oh, I want to play this class. Oh, I'll buy this pack of cards, so then I have easy access to all the spell.
I mean, I like cards up to a certain point. I like them as sort of non-essential reminders, right? Certain points, certain games, it is easier to go, okay, here's my cards. Like we were playing Hard War. It's a lot easier to have a unit card, right? And do that. Or like old War Machine or spell cards. Okay, I get the point of it. it's when the company goes, and you're gonna have to buy them to make the game work, that I kind of say, right?
Right.
It would be like if D&D went, and next year here's your new fighter cards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, you mean like
most of them are the same ones, just renumbered or retitled, right? But you got to use them. You got to use them if you want to play, right?
Well, that's sounding like Warhammer. Yeah, buy that new rule book, or can't play 11th edition.
Yeah,
sorry, your army is.
The weird thing is, like, at least I'm kind of going a little bit off topic. At least with like Warhammer there is a competitive feel.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like Magic, there's a competitive feel. Sorry, if you want to compete in standard tournaments, you have to play the most recent. How do you do that with a TTRPG? I mean, unless we go back to, and actually, you know what? I'd be in favor, unless you went back to like convention games.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, sorry, you want to play like kind of our standard convention games? Here's the things you're using, right? And like, you could even do, or like Pathfinder Society. Don't know how it works, or like whatever D&D has, the D&D Society, right? Sorry, they had that for a while. Did it disappear? I don't know. It's hard to say since I'm not involved in it, or never see it over here. But I could see that at least. But if you're going to like the digital thing, like, got to be up on all your subscriptions to play, like, get all your class features. Otherwise, you're just like a generic. What class you? No class, because I'm not paying for one.
You're only a 3.2 bard. You need to be a 3.5.
Oh God, that's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah. But so Perry goes on to say, we need to pay the great designers, artists, and developers working on D&D Beyond drops. But suspiciously, most of this content so far is from 3rd and 4th edition. So you're not paying anybody, because those people are probably not with the company anymore. You know, they're long gone.
Sorry, what people are those? Because you don't put their credits, their names, their credits, on anything they write.
What exactly are you talking about? So we also think that it's important to make the entire subscriber content library accessible to hero tier subscribers as well as master tier. Not making the drop content eligible for content sharing was a necessary trade-off to achieve these goals, to pay people that don't work for us anymore, and to reinforce, you know, this tier, like give more value to the subscriber tier. So Perry goes on to say, with that said, I hear and really appreciate the feedback on being able to share drops with the players in your group that don't have disposable income for the hero tier subscription. The team is taking another look at the trade-off and considering other solutions. So backpedal, maybe another kind of OGL thing where they're like, people are just going to unsubscribe from D&D Beyond until they change this. So who knows? But maybe. This is where they stand.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think at this point, if you subscribe to D&D Beyond and play D&D, you're kind of a whale, and you're in it for the lifestyle brand.
Yeah, but you could. You know, previously you could play with just a free account. So a lot of people just said, just start an account. You can make a character very easily, and then we'll get you playing. So it was the easiest way to like onboard people to 5e, I think. Because and those people didn't even buy books. I see why they're trying to do this digitally, because these people didn't even buy the book. You know, they didn't even have a player's handbook. They're just like made a free account on D&D Beyond. Okay. So this weekly feature will continue, and like we saw with their actual play, it may be tied to upcoming releases or what's going on in the actual play live stream. So all kinds of stuff. And this is, of course, on their Maps VTT, the really inappropriately named minor attracted person VTT. But this is exclusive digital content, and Chris Cox even made a reference to digital first again. So you had Dan Ayub at GaryCon saying, "We love this old school. Come on, Luke, you can do it. You can do it. Let's bring this back." And then Chris Cox saying digital is the direction. Because that's right. They even mentioned they're going to outsource all of the book production. Like, it's not going to even happen in-house. That they're going to, the published books are not even going to be a thing that they deal with anymore. They're going to be doing the content digitally first, and then figure out how it's going to actually get into a book.
Okay.
And it may just be, Beetle and Grimm or whatever going to be the only way to buy a book of D&D in the future.
Okay.
Woof. But they want to extract value from the service is another wonderful quote.
You mean extract money from people? Okay.
Yes. So not great. Yeah. So they're moving towards this kind of live service model, and they're just seeing how how much people are going to tolerate this, because it's going to mean, so previously a D&D game, you only needed to pay $55 a year to gain access to everything. Now every player needs to pay at least $26 a year to even be involved. So yeah, they went from getting $55 from one person now to getting, however big your group is. Yeah. Spread the pain around. So I guess some DMs are happy about that, but other than that, so yeah, it's not looking good. And they're essentially gonna flip this switch. Oh, they did flip this switch on May 7th. So that's what we're dealing with already. But the drops bring back some wonderful things that may not fit into the physical product launch mold. So they're gonna bring back old favorites like the Wild West Wizard and the Sticks to Snakes spell, because for some reason those weren't in D&D Beyond. So those are the things you can look forward to for your $26 a year.
All right.
Yes. Anyhow, and yeah, they're reinforcing their seasons. Of course, you can feel the spooky season of horror that we're in right now. So yeah, things are going to all be associated. So that they're saying, though, it sounds like they're not going to balance this very well. They're theming the releases, so the drops are kind of going to be themed that way. But if you're not don't want to play horror games, or you're not interested, then what are you doing? Like you're
hoping that the next season,
hopefully the next season will be something better. And the seasons are like a couple, like 3 months, so not easy. But yeah, so we'll see what actually happens with this. So they're giving you encounters and kind of connected story encounters and things, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. So yeah, and like I said, most of the content so far is from previous editions. Nobody has credits to. So these wonderful, talented game designers and artists that they're going to pay have already long since probably retired. So we'll see.
Unbelievable.
Yes, but there's hope. There's hope in this world. There's a weird project, a weird, wild project going on.
What is it?
On MyMiniFactory. So this Worlds Beyond Brawl, and I first saw this and looked at it, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Yeah. So it's a kind of a frontier thing, which means it's kind of a crowdfunding thing. It's got a limited time, and there's tiers that you can pledge and add-ons and things, but it's they're not really, they are fundraising, but it's different. It's not going to happen if they don't get a certain amount of money.
Okay.
But this includes 18 of the best miniature companies on MyMiniFactory, and some that previously weren't, which I was surprised, giving you 53 skirmish warbands of kind of unified characters, 500 total 3D printable models, so 500 STLs. So there is an all-in tier. So I think it's like $300 or whatever, and you get access to everything. But they broke it up into kind of themed groups, like A, B, C kind of tiers, and it's like a kind of a demon-y group, or kind of a fantasy group, or kind of a sci-fi group. Because what are they doing? Well, we've talked a little bit about this before. With the Pathfinder release and the Pathfinder tribe, where they're going to be releasing things, you're like, well, if I don't play Pathfinder, what do I do with these? One-page rules. So one-page rules is kind of expanding. They have made rules. They've statted out all 500 of these minis and make them all playable. So you can download the free rules for free, and then there's a free list builder, army builder, that has all of these characters, all of this stuff in there. So basically you can take any combination of anything you see in any of these warbands. They're all statted out and balanced enough, and just play them against each other using one page, either the fantasy or the sci-fi themed rules. So companies participating: Paizo, War Machine, Titan Forge, and please put the name of your company somewhere on your logo. If it's just an icon, you're not famous enough for me to know. So there's an orc with some tools sticking out of his head, and there's a G with a dagger in it.
Okay.
Mammoth Factory, Warp Miniatures. The printing goes ever on, and the thing that got me, and the thing that's going to make me buy some stuff is Warzone Eternal. I heard directly from the mouth of the founder of Res Nova, they will never do STLs, and they're doing 3 factions. Okay. So Mishima, Bauhaus, and Algaroth. I think it's everything they've done, except for maybe the bigger minis, but kind of the little playable skirmish group from all of those. So I really want to see how those new Warzone Eternal minis look, and so that's going to get me in. And you can also, if you're interested at all in War Machine, the Crucible folks, the one faction, I can't remember the name, but for $12 you can basically get a playable starter force of Crucible Guard, which are pretty cool. Like they're all holding like little alchemical bombs and stuff. But that's probably the cheapest way to get into a war machine right now with a playable faction, aside from their tribe, their monthly thing. So all of these are playable in the Grimdark Future, Firefight, and the Age of Fantasy Skirmish rules. And if you pledge any of these levels, you'll get included in that a digital copy of the advanced rules. So you'll have more advanced rules, including campaign tiers, game modes, missions, and more optional rules to kind of vary what's going on. So everything is playable in this game. So you can have Frog Wizards versus Mishima Space Samurai. You've got. I mean, it's weird that they're basically making like anything that you're like, oh, should I just throw these away? They're trying to make anything playable, because you can probably find an equivalent to any miniatures that you have with a list that they've already built, and there is also list building in there where you can kind of categorize. What this character would do, or what this model would do, what it would be. So the pledge tiers are about they're between $50 and $60 depending on how many, and I think they kind of made individual agreements with the producers, so that they're not. And it's the tiers are themselves close to, I forget, it's like about 50 models. So it's a lot of characters, and they're kind of themed. So stuff that you would like. Plus, there's add-ons of individual skirmish bands for $12 each. But you can just go pure add-ons as well. But everything is, of course, it's MyMiniFactory, so everything is supported and already test printed by their Atlas Support Solutions, the company that they use to do this. And of course, the kind of legal rights for all of these vary between companies. You're kind of following whatever the rules of that producer says, but they're of course for personal use only. You're going to see them on all the Chinese sites very soon, but they are for personal use only if you purchase them through this. But yeah, I thought this was interesting, and it made me think of we got a previous announcement. We're kind of late to the party with this announcement, but Warhammer announced pre-colored terrain.
I saw that.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, they're finally feeling it. This is their 3D movies. This is their IMAX. Finally, Warhammer, Games Workshop has made a move to try to like fight this onslaught, because the thing that I thought of that was interesting, somebody was talking about going back into Age of Sigmar after being gone for so long, and why would I do it? And, whatever. But the interesting thing about a lot of these miniature games now, so many people are supporting kind of alternative models and things for these games. Games Workshop just gives you one sculpt. They give you one version, and if you don't like that style, I mean, you can't say anything bad about the engineering of these models. They're amazing. The material
and designed to fit one way.
right. Yeah. They're monopose, but the engineering is the work of art. The sculpting sometimes is there's a lot of monkey face looking weirdos. Like, I really don't like a lot of the styles. What this like house style that they're going for. It kind of ruins. When they try to do elegant, there's always some weird blocky thing that ruins it. Like the design of it. I mean, it's cut up and presented on the sprue wonderfully.
Yeah, it is.
But some of the models suck. And this, larger and larger number of digital sculptors and companies that are doing this, that are offering all of these alternatives, is really putting a pressure on, like, they have the best technology, and they have to do another step now to make it, easier, because 3D printing is a huge hurdle. Like, get to be able to get these digital files actually on your tabletop is a huge problem. And so I think somebody presented them with some technology. So what this is a UV resin spray coloration. So it's a pass. So it's on the sprue colored with a pass of this weird UV resin spray. So it's a little speckly, but it's like probably pretty good. It's pretty hard on there. But I have a feeling, because they're starting with terrain, that they're starting with all the junk that they make in China. So there was a move, like when they started doing the boxes that included the terrain for their kill team stuff and everything, that stuff was all done in China. That wasn't plastic that was done in the UK anymore. So this is the stuff that's done in China. So probably then they can just pair that, with this UV presentation. And then you do have a real fast way to get, that terrain on there. But what is the price point going to be for that? I can't even imagine, because already the terrain is overpriced because it's cheap Chinese garbage.
It's GW. Everything is overpriced.
No, but I mean, like, what? Are they going to try to double the price of it just because you can clip it out and put it right on the table?
Or are they actually going to be smart for once and say, you know what? Let's have this. It won't be like a loss leader because it's not the loss, but like let's price this like aggressively low,
right? And pre-painted, to just get people. But then people can play with other games, though. Then be like, "Oh, thanks, GW."
Like they could, but I mean, like if they're like if it's so difficult to order from third-party websites, and where they either want you to come to their website or come into a store, I think they might be smart to just kind of like take the hit there, being like. Right. Maybe you're going to load up your cart with something else. Maybe the GW staff, which I was one for a short time, are going to push something else onto you when you walk out the store and buy it.
Right.
So,
and it could make those boxes, those release boxes, value added because there's pre-painted terrain in here. You know, and that's the only place you're going to be able to get it. So they make people go crazy over those $300, $400 boxes.
Is that what they are now?
In Japan, in Australia, I think they're still two to three in other parts of the world, but they're three.
Let's talk about parts of the world where they don't price gouge you. Right? That's nowhere. It's UW, right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust them to do that.
It's going to be crazy.
I wonder what it's going to be, but I mean, I don't know. Well, you're right, but they're going to have to do something. Yeah. Sooner rather than later, because as you said,
not going into digital. Yeah,
it's still 3D printing is still a hurdle. As someone who's messed up a build, like it's still a hurdle, right? But it's not as big a hurdle as it was in the past.
Yeah, and the price is coming way down, and there's water washable resins and things. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that has made it less toxic and horrible and a danger to the house you're living in.
So they are going to have to do something, and I think they've done as much as they can so far with their jigsaw puzzle models. Which, as you said, you look at this and you're like, this sprue is a work of art.
The finished model.
I can literally put this together one way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why when I see people on social media being like, I kit bash this thing, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like,
that's now.
How did you?
Right. Now it's not even, it ain't easy. But so it does feel like they're trying to do something that's going to, set them ahead of what other people are doing. But, then if it gets to the point where they're going to have the starter sets that are going to be all pre-painted, because they did start doing colored plastic in the starter sets, so you can easily just put, here's red versus green on the table, and you can easily tell the models. So I wonder if for some of these push fit starter sets, if they're going to start pre-painting those, and then what's that going to do? The hobby can bring a lot of people in, but it's like, and now who cares about the painting competitions and what? I don't know.
I wonder. I think. I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes. I think if they went that route, if they still have Golden Demon, right, and if they're still kind of like the pinnacle of like painting competitions, I think they could hold on to that because as long as whatever they're spraying the sprues with, as long as you still put paint on it, like. I see it as the best of both worlds. Like, here's your pre-painted minis. Yeah, their eyes are wonky and they look like whiz kids kind of things, right? But I mean, I think that would get. I don't know, depending on what the price is.
Yeah.
It could get a lot of new people into the hobby,
right?
Because I mean, like, just whenever anyone says miniature game, people think GW and Space Marines, right? So that could get a lot of new people into the hobby when I'm like, everything's all ready to go. And as long as you can still spray prime over, I think you're still going to have people doing their Golden Demon thing. I mean, like, unless it's some kind of stuff where you're like, it doesn't take paint anymore.
I wonder if it textures it so that it's, because people are saying it's very kind of spattered, bumpy looking.
Well, that's the thing. If it's all like spattery and bumpy, then like your professional painters are going to go, no.
right. So, then there's another tier that, would you like to paint your miniatures? Well, those are going to be a little more expensive.
Instead of like, remember Finecast? Which was called, might as well be called Bubblecast, right? I bought a few of those. But it'd be like, here's your pre-painted, and here's your premium gray plastic.
Whoa, look at that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that would be really interesting because there are so many people. I mean, all they have to do is price this pre-painted stuff under what it costs to send your stuff to Eastern Europe and have it painted and have it shipped back. And so people are paying like, double the price of an army because they're sending it to a studio and having them paint it, because I don't do that part of the hobby. There's people that just want to play it and do
something else then, right? Like, honestly.
But they have a YouTube channel that's all for you.
Like, go back to like Hex and shit war games.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, like if you're not gonna, I get it. I think I prefer painting more than gaming because I game so infrequently. But like, if you're just gonna be like, I don't do that aspect at all,
yeah,
just get some wooden cubes and like Kriegspiel that shit. Right?
I'm gonna gamify your painting, so it's gonna actually. Oh, sorry, you lost red. You can't use red now. All right, well, so that's interesting. We'll see what happens. But yeah, check that out if you want to. I mean, yeah, the Warzone Eternal. I'm very interested in seeing that. So both that and War Machine are really good deals if you have access to a 3D printer or someone with it and can get those models. It's a good way to do it.
I wonder if MyMiniFactory is even allowing or even printing them on their.
I don't know. Yeah, I think individual. Yeah, I think it depends on the individual deals with the thing. Modiphius, their press start to play sale, 50% off of a pretty big list. It's a lot of stuff that they have licenses to that aren't really active. Homeworld Revelations, their Infinity setting, the miniature skirmish game setting, 2D20 system. Star Trek Adventure 2nd Edition, that doesn't bode well for how that's doing. The Fallout RPG, and of course all of their Achtung Cthulhu. And also the Cohors Cthulhu was there as well, but a lot of that's sold out pretty fast. But if you don't want any RPGs, they also have their Mass Effect board game, and if you just want to go skirmish, they have their 5 parsecs from home. All of those are on sale as well, so up to 50% and all that. I'll put the link.
Physical as well?
Yeah, it's all physical. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to look at that 5 parsecs from home.
Oh, yeah. But the shipping, I already looked. The shipping just annihilates the 50% off.
Never mind.
So expensive.
All right.
I always do that with Modiphius. Dungeon Scrawl has a free thing. I'll let you go after this. Dungeon Scrawl has a free thing that they just launched, and I've been using that for our OSE campaign.
Cool.
So I've been slowly drawing the maps as the players are exploring. It looks nice, but it's not. I should figure out a better way. And for this next module, I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. But it's a great map maker that gives you the old school hatching and parchment texture papers underneath, and you can get all kinds of different effects. They have just announced that they are doing a beta on this random dungeon generator. Ooh. So it's a panel in there. So if your party goes off off the grid, off the path, and you're like, shit, okay, they're going into this dungeon or they're going into this town. What does it look like? You can set some parameters, push a button, and it will randomly generate a dungeon for you in this wonderful old school style. So this is procedural generation, not AI, and it'll build maps that are adjustable based on criteria, different criteria as far as map size, layout, style, room count, size and shape, corridor length and width. And of course, after it's generated, it's still all completely editable. Cool. So very cool old style instant map generation. You can export it to print it for the physical table. And of course, then it goes into, they have the spec set wonderfully for VTT, and it automatically rolls into Roll20. So if you have that Roll20 integration set up, it'll go instantly into that.
That's pretty cool.
And so the live, I'll put a link to that. The beta for it is live now, and they're taking feedback. There's a feedback form to, tell them what you like to see, improved or in any bugs or anything that you're seeing.
Cool.
All right, so Chris has got to go, and then I'll go through the free RPG stuff.
All right. So I'll see everyone later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good to see you again, and good to be back and doing this. And sorry, I don't want to. Well, wait a minute. Or do I want to lock the door and make Chris possibly late and possibly fired? Then we could do this daily. It could become the daily.
It'll be the daily until I just have no money. Then it'll be like, just gone.
The hungry daily.
The hungry, right? Anyway. All right. I'll see everyone later. Bye.
Take care, Chris. All right. See you next week. All right, Great Helm. Yeah, Great Helm on Sunday. Nice. So yeah, a little bit of change because I think we both needed to spend some more time with list building, and I think I need a little bit more terrain because we're going to move to the 3x3 for Hard War. So a little bit of Great Helm, some knights bashing away at each other. But one last thing, Free RPG Day 2026. So what to expect this year. So each June we have this, and it's probably one of the last things that actually is helping brick and mortar, friendly local game stores actually get customers in, give you the ability to try new stuff. And so they give away free swag. And a lot of it is, so it's new adventures, rules, dice, and accessories from some of the biggest companies in the industry, always not including Wizards of the Coast. So D&D has never been involved in this. So it does help bring up this, second tier of publishers and let you get a taste of what they're up to. So and sometimes some limited edition gaming goodies. I think WizKids is the one that's kind of famous for doing something, and some dice makers that only come out for Free RPG Day. So what are we getting? So the history of it, Free RPG Day started in 2007 and now it involves over 700 stores worldwide. And early on, Paizo, Chaosium, Kobold Press, Free League, and Goodman Games were involved. And of course, Wizards never has been. So for this year, we're looking at things. But, Wizards isn't there, but 3D... third party developers for 5e are. So there are going to be companies that produce stuff for 5e that will make their stuff available. So 9th Level Games, Adventurous Entertainment, Catalyst Games is bringing their Arcane Biker Grimoire. Chaosium is doing their Age of Vikings Quick Start. Creature Curation, which is the system that they're using is either the Vastgrim, the Raptor Ruckus, or the Neon Bastards, is doing an anthology of quick starts featuring character generation and extra resources for those systems. Darrington Press is doing a Daggerheart adventure. Streamlined rules are included, and a level 2 adventure called The Dying Spire. Edge Studios, who's supposedly publishing the Star Wars RPGs and stuff, is doing the Zombicide RPG, as well as Dungeons and Kittens and Arkham Horror. They're doing quick starts for all three of those. Evil Genius is still plugging away at their Everyday Heroes, so their All Bets Are Off starting adventure. Exalted Funeral is doing a Dolmenwood, The Weaver and the Redcaps, so basic rules and 6 pre-generated characters. For Dolmenwood, if you want to try that. Free League is doing Vaesen. They always do a nice, we've played a few of their Free RPG Day kind of, or their convention kind of things. The Archivist's Curse is a quick start with introductory rules, pre-gen characters, about a 2-hour adventure for Vaesen. Goodman Games is doing the Pretender to the Rat King's Throne for DCC. Kobold Press is plugging away with Tales of the Valiant / D&D 5e with Runes of the World Tree quick start. So basic rules probably for Tales of the Valiant and get you in there. Limithron is doing Pirate Borg, so Terror in Tortuga, a sandbox style adventure for Pirate Borg. Some 5e stuff. Magpie Games is doing quick starts for both their Root RPG and their Avatar Legends. Marvel is doing a preview for the Secret War expansion, which is a 16-page battle world adventure for the Marvel multiverse. MythWorks is there with their Cyberpunk CBR plus PNK, which is a Forged in the Dark system. The Kaguya Protocol, a 2-part scenario to play in your Cyberpunk game. Paizo's doing Pathfinder Starfinder. Things Go to Hell for Pathfinder and Rescue on Rexil for Starfinder. Artasarian is doing their fossilized. I like the cover of this too. Artasarian has a dinosaur game called Fossilized Violence, so they're giving you a quick start for that. So pits primitive humans against dinosaurs. That might be worth giving a shot to. The cover is pretty awesome. Fossilized Violence. Renegade with their Vampire the Masquerade, a Tradition of Destruction standalone adventure. Serious Dice is there. Son of Oak is doing a Legend in the Mist quick start, which is a game that I definitely want to try sometime. Wet Ink is there with House of Broken Promises, a 2-player haunted house. And of course, WizKids is bringing you a Kuatoa, a Scarecrow, and a Nothic physical miniature set exclusive for this event. So yes, all of this is happening on June 27th of 2026. So check out your your friendly local game store or or eBay. I guess people are just going to be clearing tables off and trying to put stuff on eBay. Who knows what happens at these things? But yeah, it's I'm glad it's still going on, and it's a chance to for actually get people interested in tabletop, try out new systems, and and also it's a chance. It's a day with a focused event. You're going to get people there with common interests, and maybe you can find a game master or some players to actually do this hobby with. So that is that. So I'll put a link to that page with all that, and they've got a store finder and everything on the Free RPG Day page, so you can find something somewhat near you. I think the friendly local game stores have been not doing any better than comic book stores, so we'll see how many are still. How many of the 700 are still around? All right, but that's going to do it for this week. So check out Chris's a link to Chris's h.io page on the in the description, as well as Blue Sky. And and you can check out Abuse Cartoons on YouTube and Twitch, and GoComics.com is my single panel gag cartoon. GoComics.com/domestic abuse. So decades now of a single panel gag cartoon about sad little foodstuffs. And so also, if you'd like to support what we're doing here on the weekly, consider becoming a weekling. You can do that at patreon.com/upturntable. Let us know what you'd like to see more of on the weekly. Just get involved with giving us some tips and things, because the news sources are really drying up. I don't think there are very many news sites anymore for tabletop, which is a shame. It just doesn't seem to get the advertisers. So Upturn Table on all social media. Upturntable.com is the website. And thank you so much to the patrons and members that are already supporting what we're doing. We'll be back again next week, and check out. So tomorrow will be some Old School Essentials, and then Sunday some Great Helm. We'll try to find a good way to get some cameras on either side of Chris's beautiful board, and have some knights beat each other over the head. So thanks everyone for joining us. It's good to be back, and we'll be back again next week. Goodbye. All right. So good to be back. How is everybody doing? Oh, yes, I brought up so during the break I dug out my legally distinct Bretonnians. So you see these guys on the table for our great helm. They've got great helmets, all kinds of wonderful animals and stuff on their helmets and shields and stuff. So we got 6 knights to do all this great helmet with. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, check out Chris's Instagram and Blue Sky have images of that really beautiful board. And I think it's just a piece of foam and cork that's 30 by 30. So what is that? That's like it's not 2 feet. It's I guess it's a foot. I guess it's a foot square. But it's 8 by 11. I think is the 8.5 by 11. So I think it's like an A4. That's not 8.5 by 11. Not A4. A4 is longer than that. But A4 is the standard board, and this is just going to be a little bit wider. So I can't wait to see. Hey, Lucky7, how's it going? All right, so let me roll it back a little bit here. Nice. Matt says, are we talking about HasBRO's eggs being all in its magic basket? Oh yeah, the that report they did say, yeah, it's all magic. Like all their money is magic because they're kind of blowing it with their business model for 5e and kind of lying about the numbers and the success of that 2024 update and moving away from printing physical books. So that's insane. But yeah, this should be fun. It should be fun to see. But yeah, so the knights, knights are from Monstrous and there's not a good. Oh wait, maybe the store. Where's the store? But the reason I found out about this creator on MyMiniFactory is he had some medical bills, and on his Patreon and on his MyMini, he just like did a set amount and said anybody can get the entire collection, just I need to make money fast. And I got a big bunch of the backlog of this, and it's all like really great old school. He does replacements, like old school looking replacements for Hero Quest, and I think he even does 3D. You can do Hero Quest boards with 3D pieces, but entire armies for Warhammer, old school Warhammer Fantasy, Old World. But really good stuff. Has that really like beautiful aesthetic. So yeah, do a search for Monstrous Encounters, and even does the the look of it is even old school. Yeah, and even Necromunda. So really great kind of tribute to the the Warhammer that was, the Games Workshop that was. But yeah, if you want to put together, if you want to proxy a Warhammer Fantasy army, this would be the best place to do it, because he's releasing all, stuff that fits all of those units and everything. Square bases, it's great. Yeah, great stuff. So that's where my knights came from for Great Helm. His Bretonnians should work well. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, Matt's gonna go back to Palladium Fantasy. It was a clunky mess, and he killed my nostalgia. Oh yeah. Oh, so he tried to go. So Matt tried to go back to Palladium Fantasy. It was a clunky mess and killed my nostalgia pretty fast. Yeah, I was flipping through the new Turtles book, and yeah, that was kind of the same thing. I'm just like, yeah, we're never gonna play this, are we? I just bought a book that's a color version of the book I bought 30 years ago. Great. Oh, Quark said, speaking of cancellation, Modiphius announced that they are going to stop working on any further book for Achtung Cthulhu. Oh, I didn't see that. Wow, thanks, Quark. That's depressing. That's like one of their original, Chris Birch's like original IP. I wonder why. I wonder if there's, yeah, maybe there's just not enough. Because the press connection that I made initially for Modiphius, they were sending us early days like Infinity and Achtung Cthulhu stuff, and we just never talked about it on the channel. But yeah, I wonder that sucks. I wonder if there's a license thing or whatever, or they're just they just did everything they can do, because there's quite a few books and supplements, and there's the miniatures game and RPG. Maybe they want to focus on their cohorts. I don't know. It's interesting. So Quark says they didn't say why. Speculation is that there is some overlap in the tone of their upcoming Wolfenstein RPG. Oh, interesting. Assault on the Mountains of Madness, and not being converted to 2D20 is fortunate. Oh, interesting. That's too bad. Oh, Matt says Harry Potter needs to go away. HasBRO, you are a bunch of hacks. Yeah, that would be funny. What if like George Lucas, was revealed to be a closeted something, very some transphobe, homophobe, racist, whatever. That would have had the same effect. Like basically, Harry Potter is the Star Wars of millennials, and to have the creator, turf it up, it's really had a chilling effect. I mean, that fandom is still there. I mean, HBO is making they're going to retell the whole book series. But yeah, it's very interesting, that outcome. I guess once you get so rich, and I think if something like that came out about George Lucas, although there are some pretty interesting stories about George Lucas floating around, but if anything like that damaged the the creator of Star Wars, I think he'd have the same attitude. Just, I'm so rich, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna keep racing my cars and building my museums to myself. Yeah, I don't know. Yes. Oh, geez. Yeah, Calarian is jealous of the Neon Odyssey 6. Oh, yeah. No, that's right. That's why maybe Chris Cox made that statement, because that's right in the middle. They're up to 10 million, I think. Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to have to do a countdown on Neon Odyssey or not, but yeah, I think they're up to 10 million on that campaign. And so D&D just didn't do a legitimate, like, their sci-fi. Again, they gave a nod to Spelljammer, and that's about it. So yeah, that's so stupid. And this Exodus thing is so half-assed. I mean, the books that they put together are just basically, they took the design diary from the video game, and probably basically the Bible from the video game, and just put slapped 5e rules on it. And so it's not even a thing. So I don't know what they're doing. Pay to play. Oh yeah, where is Abyss? We need an Abyss take on this. So I wonder how much they're going to play around with this, and how much they're going to keep pushing. Obviously, they're already getting resistance against this not sharing the drops between free accounts and a main account. So yeah, already they're fucking this up, and they really think they can force, because it's all Microsoft assholes working there now in the upper management. So they really think they can force this down players' throats, just like Windows thinks they can restart your computer anytime that they want. Yes. So it'll be interesting. I'm not saying they'll license publishing to third parties, but make it per book assuring zero continuity in the new books. Yeah, that'll be fun to see. Because they're gonna, because that's what they originally did with early 5e. So I wonder if they're just gonna go back to that. model of just, having a real or just I think that the model is just make the exclusive publisher of any new physical books for Dungeons and Dragons, Beetle and Grimm, and they're going to cost $100 each, and or more than that, and they're going to come in a wood box and be done with it. Yeah, so that was shocking. I was really surprised to see Warzone Eternal STLs on this MyMiniFactory campaign. So I want to print some of those up as soon as possible and take a look, because I want to see like scale wise and stuff what they actually did, because I think it's Atomic Garage, the Star Wars whatever guys, whatever that new Star Wars game is. So they're gonna be like kind of 90s chunky, but they look a little generic. They've always looked a little generic, and especially the first release, their first attempt at the Warzone Eternal, they wanted to make them modular or multi-part. They wanted to make them so you could change heads and arms and stuff. So the sculpts were super generic and super like, very old school pose, but they were the same body, and just like, oh, here, put the Bauhaus backpack on them, or the Cybertronic head. It was really weird. They decided to do way too modular. Hey, there's Abyss. Alphaspell in Sweden has the Warzone minis, since Monday, I believe. Oh, wow. Oh, I gotta look at, I haven't looked at any of that. So what? Yeah, I'm following some social media with Res Nova on it, and they keep showing off like dinner at Adepticon and stuff. So they're still doing tournaments. So I wonder if they've handed off the minis to somebody else, because that's just something you don't just casually get into. If you loved this game and you got a lot of money and you want to start a company, get the license, and make this game again, the mini production is just something you cannot go into lightly. Interesting. Yeah, thanks, Abyss. I'll look that up, because I'm curious what happened to that, because they also, so they were kind of kicking them around after the campaign. So I didn't order any minis. I just did the rule book and the fiction book, because the minis just weren't very exciting, and I've got so many Warzone minis anyhow. Somebody, I forget the name of the producer, but somebody was doing them in these like flexi tray things. So they were advertising this company that does probably like a 3D printed, or maybe it's like a COcast or something, but it's in like an ice cube tray, and you pop the miniatures out off of their supports. So some of those are being included in those sets at some time. So maybe they were just looking for a home for this stuff. So Alpha Spiel, I'll have to look and see what's going on. Wizards new monetizing scheme. Yes. Isla Tortuga, nice. Yeah, Oligi 7. I hope we're talking about Pirate Borg. Oh boy. Yes, HasBRO is unit busting. Yeah, the official, the organization that is trying to unionize, or the union, I guess, their official social media account was already saying, they have proof through email that WotC has hired a union busting legal team to spam all of the employees and scare the hell out of them. That's great, because they probably have their company emails, and the company emails are getting all of this anti-union spam. What a job that would be. Yes. So Matt's saying the TLDR is for D&D, yeah. They're doing weekly digital drops, but everybody in your group has to be at a certain, I think you have to be at least hero. I think it was like $26 a year, or you have no access. Insanity, dumbness, plain dumbness, or idiocy. Yeah, it's they've got too many people giving HasBRO giving WotC bad ideas about how to do this. So yeah, I don't know. They're definitely looking at numbers. They're probably comparing like how many physical books they bought, and didn't they give up some of their big box distribution? Because I was surprised, like you could get the player's manual and the DM manual for 5e in like Walmart and Target and stuff. So that's huge. That gets them ahead of everybody. but I wonder if they looked at the numbers for physical books they're selling and realized, with the who knows how long the tariff thing and the cost of fuel and everything. I wonder if that just like made them back way down. Oh, the funny thing they also mentioned in the investor report is, well, we are looking forward to receiving about $50 million in tariff reimbursement. So put that in the positive column for quarter 2, 2026, whatever. That was funny. They were touting, well, we got some money coming back. Who knows how long legally that's going to be hung up. Quark is saying, I'm actually surprised Warzone Eternal is still alive at all. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody talking about it. So it just kind of came and went. And it's funny that they, did a second attempt and a much more successful Kickstarter, but I didn't stick around in that one in the comments or anything, or watch people receive the minis and talk about the quality at all. That was the thing I heard a lot with Trench Crusade, that there was just a lot of defective minis and a lot of crap coming back that was really pissing off, people that had to wait so long and pledge that. But yeah, I'll take a look at if that Swedish company is handling that. That's a shame. I mean, yeah, it's really weird. Oh, so business says the French have perfected certain methods for moments like these. They may or may not involve a certain shape object being released along with a basket. Oh, what are you talking about, Abyss? That's funny. Matt saying, I think Games Workshop is testing the waters with the painted terrain. If it sells whatever price they try, they'll do minis. It really does seem like they love this, because we saw those photos a few years ago of people having to dump all of those kits, like the Warcry and all those boxes, into the landfill, and somebody like drove it to a storage shed instead. But that they dispose of a lot of stuff because they don't want that stuff floating around cheap. So they would rather destroy it than have it in clearance bins and, going recycling on auction sites and stuff. So they destroy all this stuff. And I think they really love what they're doing now, where everything sells out. Like anything new, if you're not there on the first day ordering it, anything decent is all sold out. It's just all unavailable. And maybe they'll have a box or two at the local store or whatever, but it's just gone. So they love this, getting exactly, selling out down to, the very last one. So to recover all of that production cost immediately, and then they can decide if they're going to reprint it or not, or whatever strategy they're going to use to, promote or demote certain armies and games and things. But that's really disgusting. And I think they figured that out with their books when they were, Black Library was getting these, huge response. They could, sell 2,500 books or whatever their number was, just instantly. Like, well, what if we could do that with those box sets? And then the same thing started happening with their box sets, because they're a little bit better deal. And they're new models. They're all new models. But yeah, now they've just been selling out. So I think they're getting addicted to that. So I could see them, putting the painted terrain in the boxes only and making that, doubling the sticker price basically. And that's the only way you get it. And so there's going to be have and have nots and FOMO and all that great stuff that they love so much. But it's just going to be all selling out. Yeah, it's really crazy. That would be interesting if there were two tiers of Warhammer. If there was the hobbyists that want the great plastic, and if there's people that just want to punch out. Because they already did that with the push fit. Because I don't think a lot of, painters and people that really love the hobby aspect of building and painting the models love those push fit models, because sometimes they aren't great. So they have already done that. Colored plastic push fit, they've already done that. So maybe they will do this kind of weird two-tier thing where it's like, here's on the sprue premium, and here is our cheap pre-painted thing. I'd like to see it in, I guess that's what they're going to, whenever the date is for that release, you'll be able to go to a Warhammer store and see that pre-painted stuff in person. And I'm curious to see, because they did that kind of object, oriented lighting and stuff. So you have like a light that's got a glow that's like spraying, onto the bricks and stuff of some of the terrain. It did look really pixely, kind of splattery, but yeah, I'm curious to see it in real life. And who knows how expensive that process even is. Who knows? Oh yes, I had to shave. I was requested, but it's coming back. It's coming back. Thank you, all lucky 7. I wish I was feeling sharp. All right. Yeah, right. Yeah, next month is June. That is insane. That 2026 is already done. Oh man. You ever seen the old Python sketch about a guy asking a banker to donate to charity and then having to explain what a charity is to the banker? That's free RPG Day to watch it. Yeah, exactly. Nice, Matt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why would we? Because they're essentially putting their stuff in the same pile as the second tier game companies. Yeah, Edge Studios is also doing the Legend of the Five Rings. Yeah, they got handed, and the Orcam Horror. Right. Yeah, that's right, because they're a Asmodee Embracer. Oh yeah, that was, I didn't want to include it because I tired of talking about these guys, but there was Embracer news. Not tabletop related, but they're having trouble. So they're not going to do the American style where they just, fire thousands of people like those stupid American corporations do. They're going to just take the two companies, divide up the studios that they've acquired into the you got to prove yourself, or we're just gonna kill you. We're just gonna cut the cord and eliminate you, and the ones that have the kind of viable IPs that they want to take. So like Lara Croft, like the Tomb Raider and stuff. So Embracer, their video game thing, just split into two things. It's like Fellowship and some other. So they already do that? They have some Lord of the Rings more centered thing, but the game companies now just split in half, and this one company has to prove themselves, or they're just going to start cutting the constituent studios, and the other half is going to remain in acquisition mode and stuff for IPs. But yeah, I don't know, and I haven't heard anything. They must be okay because they're still around. But remember, Asmodee, they like separated them out of the Embracer group after they acquired them, and then and here's hundreds of millions of dollars of debt because you're the only thing that actually reliably makes money. So here, you deal with that. I haven't heard the consequences of that, but yeah, Asmodee's still doing stuff, and they're going to be publishing everything Command can't. Abyss is talking NVIDIA. I imagine that they have a picture of Jensen Huang from NVIDIA with some candles under it, and they pray to the rising stock. Yes, because numbers go up is good for monkey brain. NVIDIA numbers, get out of here. Wish I got some of that stock in the 90s. Oh my God. Matt saying my friendly local game store keeps ceding more and more space to plushies and children's toys. That sucks. At least it wasn't. I think mine it wasn't really. It was kind of a shitty half comic book, half tabletop store, but they started carrying old Playboy magazines. So that like suddenly they had this huge glass counter that used to be, just all the, special items and stuff. And they bought somebody's like old Playboy collection or something. So they just started selling old used Playboy magazines. Like, this store sucks. I remember that was a real depressing downturn. Yeah, Magic cards just didn't do enough for them. All right, so Lucky 7 talking to Matt. So apparently they never did the Legend of the Five Rings stuff, unless there was some supplements that I'm aware of. Legend of the Five Rings was published the Aldrich Entertainment, and then Fantasy Flight, and now Edge. Interesting. Yeah, there was I know a couple people that got into that game early, and every iteration of it they're interested in trying it out again, but we'll see. Oh, sorry. Oh, the mini. Oh, these are the ones that I showing. Yeah, sorry. I don't have. I wish I had a little extra camera. You'll see them on Saturday night. So Chris and I, and they're not painted yet either. So they're just printed with some sand on their bases. But yeah, I'll get these put some color on them and get them ready for Sunday. But yeah, and take a look at Chris's social media. That board is beautiful. I can't believe that was done with probably just mostly like dollar store stuff, just like 100 yen store stuff here. There's a lot of great stuff, and the problem is it's getting less and less. Like maybe 10 years ago, it was insane the stuff you could get at Japanese 100 yen stores to build all kinds of stuff for tabletop. I think I did that whole board, that whole Lego board. When we were doing Frostgrave with Lego minis, I did all the terrain, and all of that stuff was completely dollar store stuff. And it was huge, really thick foam. You could buy wire cutters, the foam wire, hot wire foam cutters. They had everything. It was insane, the kind of stuff you could buy there. And that's all going away, and everything's getting smaller. Like I bought A4 kind of grass, what's that called, the the green fuzzy grass paper that used to have A4 sheets, so you could wrap different stuff or do different stuff. And now it's like, it's so tiny. I think it's barely, it's not B5, but it's a square about the size of the long side of a B5. So everything's getting so tiny and so unusable. They don't have good cork anymore. They used to have really nice thick cork you could just bust up and make all kinds of nice terrain stuff with. And now they have a millimeter like stick-on sheet for just as purely decorative for their cork boards and stuff. It's all changing. But yeah, I'll definitely grab those Warzone minis and see what they look like. I'm just curious. I don't like the wasn't a big fan of the look of them. Yeah, we can go to the tribes, or no, it's not a tribe, it's a frontier. But yeah, I'll show that page. Frontiers. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can see the massive logo. Oh, they've raised 60,000. Oh, I saw the Demon Grimoire, the Necrotic Gnome OSC stuff is doing okay. I think they're like 600,000 or something. That was pretty cool to see them actually. Okay, so we got a TV display here. There we go. Boom. So here's all the companies with the Worlds Beyond Brawl. And yeah, like I said, I wish there was some names on some of these, but it's a huge amount, and most of them I recognize. So they've been around for a while. I didn't know Mini Wargaming was doing their own miniatures. But yeah, so here's how they. It's just like tiers and tiers. Yeah, so there's their books. Oh yeah. So there we go. Oh wow. So all in is only 180. Oh wow, I thought it was bigger than that. So that's 500 STLs for 180. Jeez, which is a lot that would never get printed, because there's a lot of kind of cutesy stuff like cat fantasy and frog fantasy. I think it's one of these guys kind of focuses on the oh yes, and they break it up into, you can do all in sci-fi or all in fantasy. Oh, fantasy is much more though. 250 for all in fantasy. You may as well go all in. What? So they're saying all in, all creators is $800 retail, but all in fantasy is $1,200. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. 400 is the total all in. That's right. I knew it was more than that. Yeah, that's the $2,000 worth, all the warbands. But yeah, so the Crucible Guard, there's two sets for the Crucible Guard. Make that a little bigger. Can I please help me? There we go. We can't close. Oh, nice design. All right. Well, we can't make that much bigger, but yeah. So I think you got on the store. These are still like $50 each if you just buy the STLs on MyMiniFactory. So they're doing Steamforged has like really broken up stuff that they're going to release digital only and stuff they're going to do sets of, like physical boxes of, and they're not going to mix the factions at all. So this would be the best way to do Crucible Guard. And there's some fun looking miniatures. A lot of fantasy. And yeah, the let's get down to the Warzone. It's funny too, because it's a lot of company names, and then it's War Machine and Warzone Eternal. Like those aren't company names; those are games. Yeah. So the Algaroth, the Blood Fist. It's quite a few models too. Mishima Lord Moya's Guard and the Bauhaus, the 26 Light Brigade. Yeah, the Bauhaus are just okay. But they've got a little bit of a more generic look. You can kind of see. I'm gonna stick here. Yeah, but yeah, I think they would definitely. I'd like to see them, and then they're going to be exactly the number of units and everything we need to play. I don't have to proxy anything and see how that game even plays. Yeah, we'll find out if that actually happens. But for $12 as a each of these warbands as an add-on, that's not a bad. I wish it did a few more. That would be great if they just gave everything out. So this doesn't bode well for how that game is doing, but maybe they did see this as a way to promote. And if another company has the rights for the miniatures now, maybe they have the they're trying to find a way to get people even looking at this game, because I don't think Eternal even came close to the Resurrection, or what was the last one, the one that had all the I think it was Warzone Resurrection that had all of the Resurgence. Sorry, the one that had all the resin stuff. And they still have this downloads page. You can still get stuff on their downloads page. Yeah, Protoss games. I don't even think they did anywhere near as well as Protoss with the game itself. See if the page is still going. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, Protoss. It's still ranking on the search engines, but it doesn't exist. That's funny. But yeah, that was really surprising. But yeah, that's what, looking at this huge, collection of warbands and stuff really made me think, yeah, that's going to start becoming a disadvantage for people that are doing only physical miniatures. Of course, Games Workshop is sculpting digitally. They have digital files, and you can even see the layer lines and stuff in some of their painted models they're doing for demonstration now. So obviously they're Siocast or whatever they're doing, they're quick prototyping the models so the painters can have them in time to get them photographed for the books. But yeah, I don't know. It's very very funny to see this. So I suddenly thought of that as a limitation. It's just like, yeah, you get a single sculpt, and they do different poses and stuff if it's infantry and stuff. But yeah, like a lot of when they revise, especially when they revise something, they've got like an old 90s sculpt that they're going to update. Sometimes the update sucks, like the Safis Kane new model that because I guess there's a new novel, maybe a new Dan Abnett novel, or they're just promoting it for some reason. That miniature looks like hell. That's a real monkey-faced idiot, and they didn't really nail the look from any of the book cover illustrations and stuff. So yeah, and they never do attractive women. That's the thing that I always like. Why not? I mean, I know why not, but I really think that the Sisters of Battle looking like hell is always depressing to me. But I come from a different time. But fossilized violence, I don't know. Might have to get into that. I don't know if the rules are any good or whatever, but the cover just cracks me up. Yeah, fighting dinosaurs. Yeah, that'll go well. But yeah. So if you're interested at all, and I'm not sure if any of these are going to get, but yeah, especially if you've just got old miniatures lying around that you want to find some use for. Now that they've got their free rule and army builder kind of set up to just put any kind of models in there with the one-page sci-fi or fantasy rules, that's that's pretty cool. I mean, because I was already thinking about that so many times for doing 40K, just kind of getting outside of any of the additions with 40K and just playing with those miniatures, using the one-page rules. But now you can do that not just with old 40K stuff, with everything. So interesting idea. I don't know how it plays. I'm sure it's a pretty light, pretty light game. But oh yeah, something I wanted to show Chris too. I'm not gonna be able to find this, am I? I am not. Where did I put this? I saw a fun thing that was kind of right up Chris's alley of tiny stuff here. Let me see if I can travel battle. There it is. What's her face? Perry Miniatures did a interesting set of I think it was a Napoleonic. What is the it's just like it's basically just red versus blue and just like breaking up commanders and cavalry and different officers. Let me search this. I'll show it on their site instead of some shitty retailer. But it's two fixed battle tiles that you can turn in any direction, and they have roads and fields and buildings and stuff on them. And it all goes back in the box, and it's all like the little I think it's 6mm, but really light rules. It's just D6 really light rules for playing it, and you don't even have to measure the there's a grid on the battle mats. So I thought this was a really fun idea. And why is it taking so long to come up? But yeah, this is something I want to try to entice Chris with to try, or if she doesn't see this, maybe Christmas, maybe it'll show up for the holiday season, or I don't know, birthday. Come on, this Perry Miniature site is getting me down here. I just want to show you guys this page. There we go. But it's this kind of battle in a box, red versus blue. Kind of deal with the same units, but it's that's those similar kind of rules where you've got your commanders and they've got to stay within to be able to give orders of your units, and the first to lose both their commanders loses the game. But super simple war game in a box, and it's just tiny. It's just this tiny little thing. So yeah, Chris is. I'm sure she knows about this, but I've been looking at this stuff forever. So 8mm. It's 8mm. But yeah, it's cool. It's coming from Perry Miniatures. And it's pretty cheap. It's only, 76 pounds, whatever that is in other currencies. So probably like $50 for a full war game. And I think they even give you dice. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So and I don't think it's that new. I think it's been out for a little while, but I saw people demoing this, like some painters and stuff, like going through the whole process of getting the game ready, and it looks great. It looks like really really nice once you get everything painted. But yeah, so maybe that'll be something that pops up. Immediately thought of Chris with that kind of nonsense. All right, enough looking at the TV. All right. So yeah, it's good to be back. I'm starting to feel close to normal, and it was really great to like right away be able to get back to old school essentials. That helped my recovery quite a bit. Oh yeah, we're keeping up Matt late. Good night, Matt. Sorry I missed that. All right. Well, cool. So so like I said, tune in tomorrow for some more BX fun. I'm warning, Abyss is going to be the only one to hear this because Matt had to go. But yes, you guys are a little under leveled for this next part, but I think I got it under control. I think we're good because you are no longer basic characters. I think everyone's over level 3, so you're in the expert realm. But I think we needed to go, like we probably should have gone Isle of Dread, which Matt has already played, Isle of Dread, Castle Amber, and then what we're playing now. Kind of that's the order, and that's kind of level wise. But I think we're good because this one connects so well to where they are. They're in the desert, they're in the Elysian desert, they're headed to Yalarum. So this works out perfectly for what we're doing, but it's mean, and and Zeb Cook is not a kind module maker. Yeah, so this is going to be all David Cook stuff. So we're going from Tom Moldvay to Zeb Cook, and should be fun though. It just slotted so perfectly in, and I let them vote. I let the I let the group vote on what was next. So it's going to be Desert Madness. But yeah, it should be fun as hell, and there's so much more. There are a couple of little dungeony kind of things, but the one tiny dungeon is almost it's gonna be nothing compared to the door kicking in you guys had done previously. And then there's a really great ending to this next module that should be a heck of a lot of fun. Like really like what's going on. Very confusing. Yes, but we'll get back. I think Castle Amber, I have a way we can get that in after this little desert. I mean, you guys gonna want to leave the desert as soon as possible. But yeah, so we'll see. Oh, and bye, Quark. Sorry, I didn't see going. So yeah, oh, and yeah, the ending. Like the total party kill. That's going to be the ending of the module. That's what we're going for. But yeah, David Cook was a very mean module designer. There is some crazy stuff. So this will be very different from what we've done before, because I don't think, because you guys have walked into rooms with massive amounts of stuff and okay, I think we can do this. There's going to be situations, because you're dealing with armies now, that we're going to be like at army level for some of this stuff. So there's literally parts in the module. If the characters do this, they all die. If the characters do this, they all die. They're not even playing around. So your choices will be very important. And that, a lot more social, a lot more role playing, a lot more social stuff, and alignment and stuff count a lot more in this. So it should be fun. And we'll make a lot of NPCs. The 10-foot poles are ready. Yes, get that lance out, Abyss. But don't be seen with it. But I think Castle Amber can kind of slot in at any time, because I think it'll be it'll be very different from what you did before. The only thing I was worried about, though, it is like the Palace of the Silver Princess. You are kind of stuck in this palace dealing with what's going on in there, and I didn't know if you guys wanted to go back to that after after suffering through a palace. There's not going to be as many fewer doors in this next module. It's mostly sand. So yeah, we'll see. Suicide mission. Nice. So we'll see how it goes. Asheron retires young. Yeah, you want to? Yeah, that's right. You can just park your character and say, "No, they just remain here," and I'll roll new characters to go to move forward with. Ones that I'm less attached to, ones that haven't leveled up so painstakingly. But yeah, so it should be fun. I can't wait to get back to it. But yeah, so that's gonna do it. So Old School Essentials, Master of the Desert Nomads X4 tomorrow, and then Great Helm, another learning game. Sorry, the channel doesn't need more learning games, but we'll play our first Great Helm, because yeah, Chris wants to demo it at a game day, so that's a pretty good idea to get some practice in. I don't know if it's a good idea to stream it, but we will do that. Abyss is rolling a new character, and we can actually do that if you want to have a little bit more control over because they're going to get to the city, the big city. So if you want to have a little bit more control over the NPCs, and I think Abyss was thinking wrangling that Magi from the last one. If you guys want to kind of have this is going to be my fallback character, my first character, my primary character loses their head, we can do that. We can come up with some more custom NPCs to either another class you want to, or another type of character you want to play, or yeah, something else. So yeah, good. So yeah, thanks. Oh, Lucky 7 should be fun. It's nice to get back to it. Yes. Don't let that pyromaniac Asheron go. Yeah, fire in the desert. Oil and fire in the desert, though. Oof, it's gonna get hot. All right. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching and listening. Thanks so much for everyone that's a member or patron. That helps a lot. And yeah, sorry we skipped a week and I didn't say anything with the weekly. I'm usually better at posting status than that. But yeah, we're back soon to be full strength, and yeah, we'll do some more fun stuff on the channel. Yeah, the WotC news. I guess it only really, the WotC stuff piles up when they have investor calls and financial reports and stuff. But ugh, there was a lot of that. I was thinking we should spin off the not the best as its own thing. Yikes, Matt and I could go to town on that. All right, but yes, so see you soon, and take care, everyone, and goodbye.